Hey everybody, it's Christine. Welcome back to another day in the Scrapping Boys video series. Today I am joined by Tracy Reed, who is both a traditional paper scrapper and a digital scrapper. So she has some really neat things to add to the table, so be sure to check out her channel and her video today. I am using the Double Shot kit from the Scrap Room Kit Club last month, and I am using specifically the Boys Rule collection from Photoplay Paper. This collection has some of my favorite boy papers that I've seen in a long time. Particularly, I love this greenish one that you see with the stars there, and I also love another blue one that I'm going to pull in here in a minute. So I wanted to be able to work as many of those into this as I could. One of the things I like to do in cases like that is build a unique background. So today I'm going to be building a unique background with squares, specifically square frames. So I'm going to use my frame punch board from We Are Memory Keepers, and I've cut squares in 4-inch size, in a 3-inch size, and in a 2.5-inch size. And all I'm doing is taking those and making them into frames that are 1/2 inch wide. And I'm going to do that in that green paper that I really like. I'm also going to do it in the orange polka dot paper that you see there. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a background down the center of my layout there. So here you can see I have all of those put together, and I also have my photo. My photo uses the other patterned paper that I really like from this collection. It's that blue one that you can see off to the side with the squiggly green lines. It's just a really fun paper, great for little boy stuff. So I am lining up all of those frames across the center in a way that I think I'll be happy with. And then I'm also going to add some of that orange polka dot paper to the top and the bottom. And I'm not going to go all the way across. I certainly could, but I thought it was interesting to not. So I'm just doing a shorter strip across the top. And part of what that's going to do is create a diagonal look from the bottom right-hand side of my page to the top left-hand side of my page. And that will all come into play as I embellish. So you can see I am adding on my background now. I am using the Easy Runner with the micro cartridge inside of it from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I'm using that because it's got 1/8 of an inch wide adhesive, and so it just makes it really easy to work with on smaller frames like this. And I am just trying to kind of alternate between the green frames and the orange frames to create a somewhat symmetrical but not exact balanced layout. Yes, balanced. Balanced is a better word there than symmetrical, because symmetrical requires much more exactness than is going on here. But I'm trying to keep a balance of both how high they are, how low they are, the colors, the sizes, all of those things, so that it will be pleasing to the eye and not overwhelming in one area or another. I'm using just a T-ruler here to make sure I get things on straight too. That's one of the things that's tricky with a layout like this, where you have a lot of straight lines. If you get one thing off, it can be a little wacky. And so a T-ruler or the laser square, those are both great for this. My laser square still needs batteries. One of these times I'll remember when I'm at the store to get some batteries for it, and I'll be able to use that again. But for now, the T-square is working just fine. So you can see I also am going to go ahead and pop up my picture. Right now all the frames are completely flat, but I want the picture to pop up and really be the center of the whole thing. And so I'm just using some 3D foam squares to make that happen. Now, a key part of this layout is that I'm doing lots of black outlining. This whole thing, almost everything I put on here is getting outlined in black today. Partially because I want things to pop more, partially because there's a lot of patterns going on, so I want to separate things. And I had to really be careful taking it slowly to make sure I didn't make too many mistakes with the outlining, because that just is unfortunately the nature of outlining. I also am going to bring in the stickers from the Boys Rule kit. And that one, you can see I brought in some yellow. Now this one is giving me a little bit of a run for my money to get on there straight, because I cut it in half so that I could have some in the top left corner and some in the bottom right corner. and it says on it, "So much joy in a little boy." And so I thought it was really perfect for this layout, especially with my son looking so happy in it, but I also wanted to include that yellow color in the whole layout and bring in that yellow. I am also going to create a title, and I am going to use some old chipboard letters from Doodlebug Design that I had on hand. Now this is a little different, putting a white title onto white cardstock. Definitely a little bit strange, but there's a lot of color going on. And so I didn't want to have an overwhelming amount of color, and so I decided the white ones, they worked. You could still read them, it looked good, and outlining them in black then also makes them pop a little bit more. So just a different little twist on my title there. Now, throughout this week, you've seen me using circles, squares, and stars, and that is true for the entire week. Today, I want to show you a little twist on circles. I am punching out the smaller one on my punch, and then I'm going back with the bigger punch and punching around it to create a circle outline. And I'm going to use those today on this layout to create just a different approach to the circles. And it's also in that yellowish green color that I brought in earlier through the word stickers. So I'm going to use those, and I'm going to start building my embellishing from the bottom right-hand corner up to the left-hand corner. So, you know, the whole layout started out really being a horizontal thing across the center, and then I'm bringing in some movement on the whole thing by going from that diagonal bottom up to the top and adding in some circles and some softer shapes. I am adding those circles on using my dual tip glue pen from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. Definitely a nice one to use for little teeny tiny parts like that. And I also like it because it still stays movable for a little while. Not too long, but just long enough that if you change your mind, you can easily move things around. I'm also going to bring in the circle stickers that were on the 12 by 12 cardstock sticker set from this collection, and just add those in. They came in, there were some green ones, some yellow ones, some orange ones, so a wide variety of the colors that are in the collection. And I'm going to use those throughout in my cluster embellishments as well. Next up, something very common for me, I'm adding in some enamel dots. These ones are some orange ones that coordinate nicely with the orange patterned paper. And again, I'm just going to add those into the clusters that I have already got going on. So as a reminder for you, we are doing a giveaway all week long. All you have to do is just hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. You can leave me a comment on any of my videos as well as any of the videos for people that I'm paired up with. And I have a $10 gift card to scrapbook.com and a $10 gift card to the Scrap Room Kit Club to give away, and I will be giving those away next week. So be sure to check those out, leave us a comment, leave Tracy a comment, go back and see the other videos if you've missed any this week, and you will be entered in that giveaway. I am continuing with the shapes, and I'm adding in some stars again. It's funny when you do a series like this because you see some of your current design tendencies. So like if you watch all these videos this week, you'll be like, oh yeah, I bet she's gonna add some stars in today. Oh yeah, I bet she's gonna add in some mist today. Oh, where's the circles? Oh, there's the circles. There's just a lot of things that come out in your current design tendencies when you do something like this. And it's definitely true in this series for me. I'm seeing a lot of the things that I like right now, and they work well together. So it's great. You know, we all have our style, and we all do things like that where we have certain things that we tend toward for a little bit of time, and then we find something else we like and we switch to that. So thank you so much for being here today. Be sure to check out Tracy's link down below. Here's a close-up look at the layout, and I will see you again tomorrow with a whole other set of videos from me and another person I'm pairing up with. We'll see you then.